Hello world, my name is Nick Ocho Brown and welcome to episode 1 of Leadership Questions Answered. Alright, so I'm super excited about this video series. I'll tell you why. I love answering questions. It's one of the things that I enjoy probably more than any type of instruction. And I think that this can add the most value to you guys as far as your, advancing your leadership journey. So if you don't know me, I'm Nick Ocho Brown. I go by Ocho. I'm currently, as I'm shooting this video, still in the United States Air Force. I work at the United States Air Force Weapons School as an instructor over there. If you guys want to know more about it, I'll go ahead and post a link to it below this video. Pretty cool stuff, a lot of fun, pretty challenging job, but it's extremely satisfying because I get to teach leaders all day long. And that's what I love to do. So I want to take some of the stuff that I've learned throughout my 10 years of my Air Force career and pass those leadership lessons on to you guys. And I think one of the best ways to do that is to throw out some questions about leadership and then give my best answer and give my advice and give my opinion. Allow you guys to give me some feedback and ask questions of your own. So let's go ahead and just jump right into it with the very first question. Yeah, hey Ocho. So I'm just kind of getting started in leadership and I don't really understand what it is. So could you kind of explain what is leadership? Yeah, absolutely, man. Thank you so much for the question. If you guys don't know him, awesome guy. I'm a big fan of his. You definitely check him out on Facebook. He's good people. So the question is, what is leadership? And it's a great question for all young or new leaders out there because you really need to understand what leadership is in order to practice leadership. So 3 parts to this. Part number 1 is that leadership is a verb, not a noun. Okay, I kind of stole this from John Maxwell, amazing leadership trainer out there. If you guys haven't seen his books or his YouTube or his Facebook, go check it out. A lot of great content on those pages. But one of the things he says is that leadership is a verb, not a noun. Therefore, it is what you do, is an action. It's what you do to lead others. It's not a noun. It means it's not a position. It's not a rank. It's not a title. Those things do not make you a leader. And one of the biggest problems around the topic of leadership is that most people just associate, oh, that person's a manager, that person's a CEO, they're a leader, which is probably the correct use of the word by the book, but I don't like that because it confuses with the noun of a leader versus the verb of someone who actually goes and leads, and that's what I would call a real leader. So that's the first part of the definition of leadership. The second part is that it is a decision. Okay, the step 1 of becoming a leader, if you're just watching this, if you've never really thought about leading before, the only thing you really have to do to become a leader is to make the decision to go lead. Okay, there's a lot more that will come after that. There's a lot of skills that you need to learn in order to become a very effective leader. But the only thing you really need to do to become a leader is decide to go lead others. All right, it's very, very important. Then from that decision, there's a perpetual mindset of caring about your people and taking care of your people, okay? And if there's this consistent mindset, after you make the decision of taking care of your people, that's what's gonna make you a real leader, right? It's gonna make you think about, what do my people need? What does my team need? What do those around me need to succeed? How can I help them? How can I improve them? What can I do to make them better at whatever it is that they're trying to do? And that's true leadership. Third part of this definition, which kind of goes to the mindset, and this is probably the most personal part of it to me, is that leadership is the natural manifestation and actions of love. Okay, if you truly love those that you lead and those around you, you're naturally going to be a good leader to them. Right? Imagine like a parent and a child. That parent is going to do everything in their power to protect that person, to help them grow, help them develop. They're going to teach them, they're going to mentor them, they're going to coach them, they're going to inspire them, they're going to motivate them. That's what real leaders do. And it's very similar to that connection, that relationship between a parent and a child. If you truly love your child, you want all these great things for them. And it's not about you, it's not about your goals and your success, but it's about them. And about making sure they're successful and making sure they reach their goals, right? That's what a real leader does. And that's why I believe that the most important part of this definition of what is leadership is that leadership is the natural manifestation and actions of love. If you love somebody, you will lead them. You will protect them, you will coach them, you will mentor them, you will push them when they need to be pushed. You'll pick them up off the ground when they need to get picked up, but you'll do everything in your power to make sure that they reach their goals. And that's what a true leader does. The last thing I want to say around the topic of what is leadership is that leadership is a relationship and a people business, okay? You do not manage people, you lead them. And there's a difference between those two, and we'll probably talk about those differences in a future video, but leadership is a people and relationship building business, okay? It's about building long-term relationships, which means that you need to build trust with other people. All right, how do you, if they don't trust you, if people do not trust you, they're not gonna follow you. If they're not following you, then you're not leading them. When you build these long-term relationships and they're built on trust, what that'll do is allow you to lead people, allow you to coach them because they're gonna listen to your coaching. It'll allow you to mentor them because they're gonna listen to your mentorship, allow you to teach them and inspire them and motivate them. That's what real leaders do, but they do it because they've already built that foundation of trust with those around them. That's why leadership is a people business, and you need to build those relationships. You need to know who you're talking to, know what inspires them, and know what motivates them, and know what they care about, what's important to them. That way you can help them in their own goals and on their own path. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this added a lot of value to you as you continue your leadership journey and gave you kind of that foundation, that definition of leadership, understanding what it is, understanding what a leader does and why they do it. And how you can start really defining your leadership philosophy as far as how you're going to lead people moving forward. That starts with a good foundation of understanding what leadership is. We're going to be doing a lot more of these videos in this series, the leadership questions answered series. I've got some questions already laid out, but if you have any questions for me, please let me know. Put them down in the comments below. And if it's something that will add value to everybody watching, I'll put it into the mix and we will get those questions answered. Thank you again for watching, and we will talk to you soon. The background and the definition of leadership. We're gonna be doing a lot more of these videos as far as leadership we're gonna be doing a lot more of these videos, leaderships. All right, we're gonna be doing a lot more of these videos of leadership. Shit. Make sure my makeup is good. All right, let's do this.